Hello and welcome back to Leader Insights on the Go. Today, I want to spend some time talking about effective strategies for continuous leadership development. I know that sometimes it can be tiresome to think about your own personal growth, and I think part of being a good leader is setting a learning mindset. So today, I want us to spend a little time talking about how do we continue to grow as leaders. Because the truth of the matter is that leadership is an amazing journey that doesn't necessarily have an end, right? So it is a continuous process of learning and growing and wanting to support people. It's about creating opportunities where people can grow, people can feel inspired, and there has to be meaningful change, particularly when there are difficult situations in the world, in your workspaces, or even if some of your own team members are having some life moments and experiences that might be affecting their personal life and therefore their performance. So, developing effective leadership strategies is essential for anyone that wants to lead, and particularly that wants to lead with confidence, that wants to lead with empathy, and have a meaningful impact in the lives of those around them. And not just in the lives of the people they work with, but truly in the lives of everyone they touch every day, no matter where they are or what they are doing. Our goal should always be to leave someone better than how we found them. And our actions and interactions need to be delivered with intentionality and purpose. So, whether you are guiding a team, managing a project, or managing an entire organization, the right approach to leadership can absolutely transform challenges into opportunities and potentially into amazing success. So, I wanted to share some practical and actionable strategies that have actually helped me in my professional life. So, let's get started with some of these strategies. Now, these strategies are grounded in real world experiences and supported by proven principles. They are designed to be inclusive, encouraging, and easy to apply because leadership is for everyone willing to embrace it. Now, embracing effective leadership strategies. Leadership is more than just a title and a position, and I'm constantly saying that. It's truly about influence, vision, and connection. To lead effectively, truth of the matter is that we need strategies that foster trust, clarity, and motivation. Now, here are some key approaches that have consistently made a difference in my leadership style. First, I like to start with active listening. Truly hearing your team members builds trust and uncovers insights you might not have otherwise been exposed to. And you miss things when you're not listening. So it shows respect and openness. Second, clear communication. Sharing your vision and expectations in simple, direct language helps everyone stay aligned and focused. Next is empowerment. Encouraging autonomy and decision making boosts confidence and innovation. And I can't stress that enough. Our job is to truly empower people. People should be willing, if there's high trust, to make high risk decisions, whether they're successful or not. Next, consistency. Being reliable and predictable in your actions creates a stable environment where people feel safe to take risks. Being adaptable. Adaptability is the best. Leaders adjust their style to meet changing circumstances and diverse team needs. It is truly an amazing skill to be a chameleon. You have to adjust to the needs of your team. You have to talk in different ways. You have to approach people in a different manner sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as you're not moving away from your full authentic self. I think it is okay to be that chameleon where you're able to adapt and adjust so that you can continue to meet the needs of your people. And I think that is something that your people that are with you in your work will absolutely appreciate. Now, by weaving these strategies into your daily interactions, you can create a wonderful culture where people not only feel valued, but they feel motivated. And remember, culture is the foundation for sustainable success. Leaders engaging with their teams during a meeting, building trust and authentic connections is the cornerstone of an amazing, strong leadership relationship with your people. So remember, building that trust, being authentic, is in fact a cornerstone of your leadership. And it's something that should be in your toolbox. So without it, even the best strategies fall apart. They truly fall flat. A team and people around you that do not trust you means that you now need to start looking at yourself and saying, but why? Why is it that people around me are not trusting? Are not trusting me? What is it that I am doing that is causing a barrier to that trust? And it could be something so simple as maybe you're trying too hard. Maybe you're not being authentic enough. Maybe you're not being consistent. Maybe you're showing up in moments of high levels of stress without being fully prepared to meet the need of that group in that moment. So I think that that's really important. And I want to make that a big priority, particularly when you are trying in high decision making, high stakes environments. It is extremely important that consistency, transparency, and authenticity are a part of who you are as a leader so that you can begin to build a culture of trust. So, how do we cultivate a culture of trust, empathy, and transparency? Well, first, we have to be vulnerable. We have to share our challenges and our mistakes openly. This humanizes you and encourages others to do the same. And I'll give you an example. I was just recently in a meeting where, you know, there was a back and forth about challenging the thought process and what we were doing in that moment. And I was frustrated. I must have answered the question multiple times. And at some point, I even said, look, I don't have a full developed answer for you, but I will, once I know, I'll get back to you. And that wasn't satisfactory. And I remember stopping the conversation and saying and honoring the fact that I was extremely frustrated because I did not feel heard. And I think the table went silent and we were all, just kind of, we needed to take a pause. But those things happen. Those things happen where you may not be your best self in a particular moment. But being vulnerable enough to go back and say, hey, I wasn't my best self, or I meant what I said, and I know that my delivery wasn't the best. I think it's really important to be vulnerable, to humanize yourself and to humanize other in the environments that you're working in. So being able to be human also shows other people that they can also be human. And it's important that we allow each other to be vulnerable. Follow through, keep your word, keep your commitments, be reliable. You know, doing what you say you're going to do is a powerful trust builder. Now, be empathetic, show empathy, understand and acknowledge the feelings and perspective of others. This will deepen your connection and loyalty with those who you are working with. One that's my favorite is we got to celebrate even the little things. We have to celebrate everything. It matters. Recognizing the individual successes of the team for each individual and for the team as a whole, it's really important. And doing that regularly, appreciation is something that fuels people's motivation. Even if they completed a memo that might have been a simple task in your mind, but maybe for them it was important because they struggled with it. Maybe they couldn't find the right words and they had to do it multiple times. But once you get that in your hands and you're doing and you're looking at it, whatever it is that you're looking, build your people up, build their confidence in the same way that you're building their competence. So, and people will trust you more when you are giving honest, true feedback, but also showing your appreciation and building their confidence so that they can continue to take risks. When people trust you, they are more willing to take risks, share ideas, and really commit to our collective vision. So trust transforms teams into communities, and that's really what we want. We want a community of professionals, thinking partners that allows us to build collaborative decisions, allows for building systems that grow our team, that grow our organization, and that ultimately has a positive impact. So, practical steps to enhance leadership skills development is an ongoing process. And quite frankly, it never ends. And it requires for you to be intentional. Effort must be put into it, and you have to find the resources to support you in this quest of learning. An effective way to accelerate growth is through targeted leadership skill development. Know what your gaps in, know what your gaps are. Figure your gaps and then build yourself through narrowing the gap so that you can continue to grow. Build your self awareness, ask for feedback. Have structured learning so that you can continue to build your capacities. We take it for granted. Leadership is not about charisma all the time and being able to deliver a perfect speech or inspiring thousands of people. Leadership is about the things that are right in front of you, the people that you're talking at in that very moment. And so remember, allow the people that are around you to also teach you your areas of growth and gaps, right? But also celebrate you when you are doing something that actually meets their need. So seek feedback regularly. Ask your peers, your mentors, your team members for honest input so that you can build an impactful leadership skill. Set specific goals. Be specific. Don't lay back and expect things to happen organically. Things can happen organically. Take note of that. But be intentional about what it is that you want to grow. Whether it is a hard skill or a soft skill, it doesn't matter. Figure out what your areas of improvement are, create a measurable objective, and go for it. Engage in coaching or mentoring. I talk to a lot of people all the time, including my peers, about the things that I'm doing well and the things that maybe I need some growth. Having people in your circle that can tell you and support you and really just tell you the truth and provide some honest guidance. It is one of the biggest things that any leader can have, someone who is ready, willing, and able to be an accountability partner that challenges what you say and what you do, that holds you accountable, that ensures that you are behaving with a high degree of ethics and integrity. That is extremely important. Find that person that you know will never let you down when you need serious, serious feedback. An honest one, too. Now, practical reflection. Take time to review your experiences and your successes and look at your setbacks. Take the lessons out. Invest in learning what it is that worked and what didn't work. Why did I have this setback? And what can I do differently? Invest in learning, attend workshops, read books, participate in leadership programs that align with your own goals, and commit to these steps. Commit to the steps that you create. Create a personalized roadmap for your own leadership growth that adapts as you continue to evolve. Leadership is evolvement. It's a living document. It's a living experience that happens and transforms every day, every week, every month, every year. We are never the same person. Experiences shape our future. Experiences shape the decisions we make. So remember, focus on that and begin to build your own mindset for leadership growth. Cultivating a mindset of excellence is extremely important. Leadership is as much about your mindset as it is about your skill set. Cultivating a mindset of excellence means that you embrace continuous growth and improvement, you build resilience, you have a positive outlook into the experiences that you're building. So here is how to nurture that mindset. Adopt the growth mindset. Believe that abilities can develop through effort and learning. Embrace your challenges. Don't be afraid of obstacles and barriers, and don't be afraid of making mistakes. I've been leading for 20 plus years, and I've made mistakes, great ones, little ones, simple ones, and regardless of what it is, I have learned from them, and they have given me new opportunities for learning and growing. So don't be afraid of the challenges, the barriers, and the setbacks. They are important to your success. Practice gratitude. Focus on what's working well and express your appreciation regularly to others and to yourself. Remember, if you're not overflowing, that means you're at a deficit. Take care of yourself as a leader. You cannot lead if you are in a deficit. You cannot lead if you're empty. You have to water yourself. You have to keep yourself joyful, balanced, okay? And when you find yourself a little tired and spent, that's when we begin to make mistakes. That's when we begin to rush through things. We get reactionary. It happened to me the other day, right? And I had to come back and sit and be like, oh God, dang it. And I was lucky enough to be able to go back to that person and apologize and say, I meant what I said, but hey, my delivery sucked, right? And owning that and saying, I commit to doing better, and this is what I need from you, because the person can't be off the hook, but it's really that negotiation of who we are and what each person needs. So remember, show your gratitude, stay curious, ask questions, seek new perspectives, and remain open to change. Learn to prioritize well-being. And I think I already said it. You have to keep watering yourself. You have to overflow in order to give. So take care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally. Focus on your energy. Focus on your own well-being so that you can continue to give others in an intentional and meaningful way. This mindset not only enhances your leadership, but also inspires those around you to thrive, to be their best. So, driving meaningful change with purpose is really important as well. Effective leaders are not just about managing the tasks at hand. Uh, that would be a way of transactional leadership, right? And that's good. We need to know what are the things that we have to manage. But leadership is so much more than a task. It's about driving meaning to change that aligns with your values and your vision. So, what do we need to do in order to do that? What do we need to do in order to have purposeful and meaningful leadership? Well, first, we need to clarify our own purpose. We have to understand why we do what we do and how it impacts others. We got to engage with our stakeholders. We got to engage with the people around us, our teams, our communities that help shape our vision and strategy. We have to be able to communicate the why. Without the why, we are nothing. Communicate the why helps others understand the big picture and their role within that picture. Measure progress. What is leadership without matrix? I have no idea. You have to measure progress. Track your outcomes, celebrate your milestones, and maintain momentum. If there are setbacks or failures, honor those and extract the lesson. Guess what? Last one here, maybe not the last one, but close to the end. Be patient and persistent. Be patient and persistent. Change takes time and effort, so stay committed, even when progress feels super slow. You never know, right, when things will speed up. You know, slow wins the race, I have to tell you. So take your time, manage the progress, make sure there is movement. Doesn't matter if it's slow. Sometimes when you go too fast, you miss things. Find the balance between how fast you need to go. When your leadership is purpose driven, it resonates deeply and motivates and sustains the well being of your team and yourself. So, what do we have to do next? Well, I mean, the simple solution here is you have to Hold yourself accountable to your leadership journey. How do you feel a journey that is full of learning, growth, and transformation? Well, you begin to embrace all of these effective strategies. You begin to build trust. You invest in your skills and development. You cultivate a mindset of excellence and driven purposeful change. You set yourself up and your organization and your team on a path to lasting success as well, as you maintain and cultivate a culture and a mindset of learning and growth. So remember, every step you take, every conversation, every decision, and action shapes the future you are creating. So keep moving forward with confidence, compassion, and clarity. The impact you make today will have ripple effects far beyond what you can see. So, my invitation to you and my call to action is continue your journey, commit to have an accountability partner, commit to your personal growth, and surround yourself with leaders that can inspire and support you. And check yourself, check your energy, keep your cup overflowing so that you can do the same for all of those around you that you are responsible for and are counting on you. Anyway, thank you for joining me. It was great having this conversation. Keep up the good work. Keep making a difference in people's lives. And don't ever forget, leadership is about belonging and inclusion. Make sure everyone in your space feels like they belong. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.